this 2K Sports presentation of the WNBA. Tonight, it'll be the New York Liberty going up against the Seattle Storm. With Brian Banafiteni and Tim Swartz, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're thrilled to have you with us. Seattle has shown up in force to support their Storm tonight.
I'll tell you, this is a fun one. Fans around town are buzzing about this matchup. You can tell this game means a bit more to these two teams. We have a nice little rivalry tonight.
And so for New York, last year they pulled off a clean sweep in a 3-game season series against the Storm.
Now here is Ionescu. There's a screen by Stevens. Just 5 to shoot. And no doubt about it, fellas, we're starting to see teams click and take shape.
And the faster you can do that, the faster you can start refining what you're doing on the floor, bulletproofing it, if you will.
Yeah, I just love the grit and grind of the early season. Few things are better than watching these teams try to jumpstart their season early on.
Now here is Stevens. Pass to Cannon. No good on the 3. Cloud outside. The three-pointer is on target.
Wow. Cloud looked almost automatic on the catch and shoot. No hesitation at all. You guys see that?
Ionescu has it. She's covered by Cloud. Here's Cannon. Stevens in the post. Guarded by Jones.
Yeah, I love seeing bigs like Stevens that shoot well from the free throw line. And to me, it's really just a testament to their quest for perfection. They want to have all parts of their game be efficient.
One of the blockbuster trades in recent WNBA history, Seattle trading Jewel Lloyd away in a 3-team deal.
Yeah, Jewel going to Los Angeles after 10 seasons and 5 All-Star appearances with the Storm. Seattle ends up with the 2nd pick in the 2025 draft and a 2026 first as well. That's a great haul if you ask me. You know, as good as Stevens is inside, she breaks the mold of your typical WNBA big. She can stretch a defense as good as anyone.
Now here's Jones. Picked by Jones. Joanna Bonner for 3. Stevens grabs the board. Outside Hayes. And we're about 2 minutes into the first quarter. To the paint. It's rebounded by Seattle.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
Pass to Cloud. Screen by McCowan. On the wing, Natasha Cloud. Now here's McCowan. And the shot goes in.
Obviously, McCowan's 6'7" size helps her down low, but she also has a little host of ways to beat you in some nice touch.
Pass to Ionescu. The 3. That shot off. Seattle in the lead. Bonner outside. Picked by Jones. Bonner can't hit. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Back to Ionescu. From deep three-point range, New York no good that time either. Pass to Cloud. Back to Williams. McCowan covered by Ionescu. Three-pointer Natasha Cloud. Her shot is good, making her a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. Just phenomenal ball movement.
Everyone's looking for the best shot, and it's paid off during this run.
Now here is Ionescu. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
She's going to play her way right onto the bench if she continues to shoot the ball like she has this quarter.
Pass to Bonner. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Ionescu. She's covered by Cloud. And here's Cannon. Here's Ionescu. Launches it. Another miss by Sabrina Ionescu. Back to Jones. Cloud. pick by Jones. Fires the three. Does not find the mark. She's made two and missed one now. Outside, Stevens. Ionescu outside. New York, no good that time either.
They haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now here is McCowan. One of honor for three. And again, it's the Storm missing.
She just has not been able to make anything this quarter.
Here's Ionescu. Makes that one after missing her first 6 shot attempts. 1 for 7 and hungry for more. Pass to Cloud. Outside, Williams. Jones. She's guarded by Stevens. Just her first attempt. Azare Stevens with some nice D. New York trailing here. Pass to Hayes. And here's Cannon. Fires for three.
McCowan with the rebound. And how about the consistency of Tierra McCowan over the course of her career? It's been impressive, guys.
Every season in this league, the 6'7" center has averaged between 10 and 12 points and between 7 and 9 boards. McCowan is someone you can truly rely on.
And we've got an injury on the floor. Very unfortunate, as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
And when you see a player have to come out of the game like this, I mean, I'm just hoping for the best.
Absolutely. Let's hope we get an update that tells us it's nothing major. That would be the best news.
Here's Cannon. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her. And here's Harris. Pass to Jones. It's good. The assist that time from Courtney Williams.
Huge advantage for them already.
Total control, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I'd look for this lead to get even bigger.
Absolutely.
Now here is Hayes. Here's Stevens. Rebounded by Coffey.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy, because 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup.
Here's Edwards. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it seems like it's come from inside the paint. Buckle up on defense.
Yeah, it's time to collapse down and make them shoot jumpers.
Here's Cannon. Stolen by Harris. Here's Coffey. The three-pointer, no good. Here's Cannon, defended by Coffey. Ionescu, left side. Shoots over Harris. Ionescu can't get it to go.
Sort of lost in this quarter. Nothing's going right for her.
Harris with it. Now guarded by Ionescu. Outside, Williams. Stevens grabs the board.
Not sure what the D was doing there. She's not the player to give open looks to, but they got away with it that time.
Ionescu outside. Tries to snap the cold streak, and it's Seattle with the rebound.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's been the result for her over and over. I mean, she just cannot find the bottom of the bucket.
And stolen by Hayes. The three ball, and Sabrina Ionescu with the triple.
A tough start for her offensively, and she's now 2 of 10. She needs any bucket she can get to help her get on track.
Now Cannon. She hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Stevens, guarded by Jones. Back to Ionescu. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Plays so tough inside. Ionescu will not back down.
Pass to Harris. Williams. Jonquel Jones with the three. Stevens grabs the board.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today. I love to see that kind of effort.
And it's already gotten them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Ionescu. Off target from three-point range.
It's been a bit of a struggle for her this quarter in terms of scoring the ball.
Here's Cannon. It'll count. Oh, no good on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Storm leading by 8. And we'll be... And the first quarter in the books, second about to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Storm?
The work they've done here early on the glass, it's been very nice.
Yeah, they've definitely established a good low post presence. You can tell how much the defense respects her because they were all over her on that look.
Here's Allen. That three off the mark. Seattle in the lead.
It was a long time coming, but the Liberty finally won it all in 2024.
What do you think about it? It's their first championship after losing in the finals 5 times, including the year before, 2023. And it wasn't easy. It took the full 5 games, overtime in that game 5, but Liberty fans got to see their team win on their court. Such a sweet feeling.
Here's Banham. Misses the three.
I think that one could have easily fallen for her.
The D may have done just enough there.
Here's Williams. That's good, and it's Nia Coffey with the assist.
No fear, Williams is normally the smallest player on the floor, but she can operate down low with her toughness.
Pass to Allen. Stolen by Nia Coffey. Oh, and the fast break for the Storm. Second quarter, and we're a little over a minute and a half in. Can't get it to fall. Here's Zandalasini, covered by Harris. They set the pick. Pass to Jefferson. Shot clock at 5. Allen. They get it back. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Both shots good from the stripe. Quarter 2, and we're about 2 minutes in. Outside, Vivians. Edwards with the screen. To the inside. Outside, Vivians. Pass to Harris. The three is up. The Storm rebound. Bangs home the trifecta.
A solid performance inside. You know, their rebounding, it's been terrific.
They're putting together a great game, aren't they? Strong performances throughout, and they've just been strong on the glass.
And it sets a tone.
Hayes with it. Edwards picks her up. Pass to Zandalasini. Takes the three. The shot that time not on target.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Lucky she was off.
I just hope that was a mistake by the D, because if that's how they plan to guard her, they're going to have serious problems.
What a dish out of the pick and roll. Harris is certainly a cerebral point guard, guys.
Outside Hayes. Sabrina Ionescu from outside.
Some of the shots she's taken today have been absolute head scratchers. She's out there playing like it's a game of horse, and it's not.
She had no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important because probably would have been a quick 2 points if she doesn't knock it out of bounds. So I love that effort level.
Now here's Harris. Covered by Ionescu. Back to Williams. The tray. Out to Miller. From deep. New York with the rebound. Pass to Ionescu. Looking to end her cold spell. And that's 2 points on the layup.
You don't see handles like that every day. Ionescu is so skilled at breaking down her defender.
And winning that Game 5 of the finals at home in 2024, what a moment for Sabrina Ionescu.
The scoring wasn't there for Sabrina, but she helped the Liberty find a way, dropping 8 assists in the deciding Game 5, helping lead New York to their first ever WNBA title.
Timeout called the Liberty.
Outside Hayes. Pass to Ionescu. Lets it go from deep. New York, no good that time either.
It hasn't been a very good day for her, guys, and her team really needs her, desperately needs her to start burying those shots.
Now here's Coffey. Jones, 6 to shoot. Fires it. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Pass to Ionescu. Hayes. She's guarded by Williams. There's a screen. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, that pick, it worked like a charm. A nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
Here's Harris. Looking for her first basket still in this one. Coffey outside. Here's Harris. Pass to Williams. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
After having a tough time in the first, she's managed to turn it around here in the second quarter.
Stolen by Harris. A one-on-one situation. Williams. No good on the triple. Here's Zandalassini, defended by Coffey. And there's the foul on the shot. She'll go to the line for 2. That one's off. And the Liberty making the change here.
2 shots.
And the second free throw, good.
In the second quarter, they've had the right approach. Driving, drawing contact, and creating opportunities at the line.
Well, when all else fails, getting to the charity stripe can really be a great way to change the momentum in a game.
Lets you regroup, stops the clock.
5 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Harris. McCowan. So she gets the whistle. Contact on the way up. 2 shots. Next.
You almost feel bad for the defender. I mean, slowing down McCowan in the paint is impossible once she gets the ball. Have to foul there.
She's off on the second.
Tiffany Hayes on the wing.
Covered by Harris. Shot is good by Ionescu.
I admire Hayes' vision. I mean, she's pretty much aware and alert of everything happening on the court.
Pass to Bonner. Back to McCowan. That's in. Coming off an assist from Dewana Bonner.
He put that lead pass on a platter for her.
And the Liberty with possession here. It's a 14-point game. Ionescu outside. There's a screen by Stevens.
McCowan with the rebound.
And here are the Storm now. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. An easy 2 points on the layup.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead her to the rim with a pass like that.
Ionescu has it. She's got 11. And here we go. Here's Bonner. Again, Seattle.
So strong in the open court, quick, tall, determined. Bonner is who you want finishing a fast break.
Guarded by Jones. Good defensive work by Jonquel Jones. Pass to Cloud. Jones. Now Bonner fires from deep, drills the three-pointer.
From beyond the arc, DeWanna Bonner can be very consistent. She makes those long-range shots look easier than they appear.
Hayes the screen. Pass to Ionescu. Shot to stop the run. And it's Seattle with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason they have absolutely just controlled this game.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative for sure.
And it started out with the rebounding. It sets a tone.
Timeout called to Liberty. A challenging stretch for New York here. And here's Banham. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Out to the right wing. Here's Zandalasini. Bonner defending. Zandalasini can't get it to go. Seattle with the ball. Pass to Bonner. Down low. Jones. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Chalk up a few more points for them. This has been a one-sided game in just every area.
Absolutely. Their defense, their offense, it's all been outstanding.
It's just been a tremendous performance, Brian.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Storm out in front, running away with this one. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter going. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close. And we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third started. Now here's Cloud. Jones outside. Williams. Back to Jones. Chalk up two right there.
Defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And if they don't start showing some aggression, things are just going to get worse.
Back in 2020, the Liberty won the draft lottery and took Sabrina Ionescu with the first pick. Good decision.
Oh, a great decision. I mean, she has changed this franchise. An all-WNBA selection multiple times. New York has made the playoffs every year Sabrina's been healthy. And she was a big reason the Liberty won their first title ever in 2024.
To the left side wing.
McCowan defending.
From about 10 feet out, and she makes that one.
Got to play tougher. That was too soft on her, that close to the rim.
Cloud outside. Picked by Jones. The kick out to Bonner. Drops in the tray.
How many times have you seen a possession like that from them today? Such a pretty pass.
I don't have an exact number for you, but I can tell you we've seen it a lot. Okay, let's just say that. Strictly using assists as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Back to Hayes. Stevens the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Hayes.
With often praised intangibles, Hayes is able to consistently put the ball through the bucket.
Jones outside. Williams, she's guarded by Hayes. Here's the three. And again, Seattle with the triple.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range. They're starting to heat up.
The defense is stepped slow. They've got to take away that airspace.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Right side, Stevens. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Their second half has started well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts. I like to see that.
Time called here. The Storm decide to talk it over. They're enjoying a commanding lead.
And you know the best part? It gives them an opportunity to give their starters a rest.
Yeah, they might not have to come back in. Picked by Jones. Courtney Williams for 3. And again, Seattle with the triple.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over again.
They might have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Picked by Ionescu. Pass to Cannon. Clock is at 3. Now Ionescu. Tried to come right back with the 3 of her own, but it's no good.
Their rebounding has been off the chart today, guys, and that's the #1 reason why this game is out of hand right now.
Exactly. Their lead is not surprising, given their advantage on the glass.
Outside Hayes. Bonner defending. Sabrina Ionescu from outside.
Yeah, you might not want to test McCowan. Maybe the best shot blocker in the world.
DeWanna Bonner on the wing. There's a screen by McCowan. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
They'll take as many of those high percentage shots as they can make.
Pass to Stevens. Ionescu. There's a screen by Stevens. Another miss by Sabrina Ionescu. Loud outside. Jones. Azaré Stevens with the block.
Because of Stevens' competitive drive, she doesn't want to allow any easy buckets. Just really good awareness right there on the assist.
Now Cloud. 6 points for her. Back to Jones. Got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
That's why every single coach, every GM in this league, they wanted Jonquel Jones on their team. A relentless attitude, fights for points.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
One shot.
It's been an incredible career and journey for Jonquel Jones.
What do you think about it? I mean, she was born in the Bahamas, drafted out of a mid-major school, just 6 points per game as a rookie. But Jones has worked herself into an MVP, WNBA champion, one of the great stories in league history.
Well, what makes Stevens such a good option in the pick and roll is her combination of size and mobility.
Here's Harris. Rebound, New York. Here's Banham. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. Pass to Cannon. To the middle. Here's Stevens. She's covered by Edwards. Now Banham. And there's the pick. And here's Hayes. And it's off from three-point range.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. she's got to go right back to that shot.
Harris with it. Pass to Vivians. There's the three. And the Storm miss again. Here's Banham, covered by Harris. Banham, no good. Seattle with the ball. Now here's Edwards. Here's Jones. Stevens grabs the board.
Such tough defense there against one of the better finishers in the game.
Pass to Banham. Now Stevens. Hayes, covered by Vivians. Back to Stevens. Banked in off the glass.
I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
That might make the defense even worse, but that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed from right around the rim.
Pass to Harris. Inside. Here's Edwards. And she floats it in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
That pass led her so perfectly, she didn't even have to break stride.
And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
Here's Banham. And she was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for her.
First personal foul.
That one on Harris.
Team foul. At the line for the Liberty, Rachel Banham. 2 shots.
And the first one falls for her. So both teams changing it up here. And that's good as she hits both shots. One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Pass to Edwards. Here's Savali. Outside Edwards. Coffee. She tries for 3. Stevens grabs the board. Here's Zandalasini, defended by Coffee. Here's Allen. Pass to Banham. Allen. Here's Stevens, guarded by Savali. Stevens, that's good.
Yeah, she certainly is not the one to blame for them being in the hole today. She's been right on the money.
And here's Harris. Quiet so far offensively, searching for first points of the game. That one falls.
After being a little more free-flowing in the first half, they're starting to get away from the 3 here in the second. Haven't had as many attempts.
Pass to Banham. Stolen by Harris. Now Vivians. Now here's Harris. Savali the screen. From about 19 feet. Harris can't hit.
She can't get anything to drop. And the way she's going, it's probably not something she should try to shoot her way out of.
And I'm sure her teammates would agree with that. You know, the last thing they want to see her doing is shooting it more.
And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block right there.
Reads the play well and gets herself in the air at the perfect moment. Terrific denial.
Gabby Jefferson. Sabrina Ionescu.
And this has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a very nice job of extending their lead.
Here's Harris. And she banks in the layup.
Soft touch around the rim. You don't want Harris to catch you out of position inside.
Sabrina Ionescu from outside. Doesn't go that time. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. And this one may already have been decided. Storm out in front, running away with it. And we welcome you back as we get going into the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Now Banham. Pass to Zandalasini from outside the arc. Connects from three-point range.
Well, the D sagged off, and no hesitation on her part to rise up and bury the 3.
Now Harris. Sabali the screen. And the layup falls.
They're beginning to just fall apart defensively, especially on the interior.
Yeah, they're crumbling like a cookie right now, and that's 4 straight field goals they've allowed from within touching distance of the rim.
Deflects the pass. Shot's good by Jefferson.
Took advantage of some shoddy D there. They got to at least get a finger on her.
Seattle calls timeout. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Pass to Coffee. Here's Miller. Now here's Harris. Lets the 3 fly. The second chance effort. And it's Sabali missing. Here's Banham. Miller defending. And here's Jefferson. Shoots over Edwards. Jefferson, no good. And the Storm with possession. Coffee, left side. Out to the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Edwards. And she uses a glass on the layup.
Not much resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic. In fact, I'll just say it, they are automatic.
Ionescu misses.
She's still looking for her first three-pointer of the second half after hitting just 1 three-pointer in the first half.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they keep allowing easy looks inside.
Pass is on Dalasini. Ionescu outside. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Coffee.
The defense has nothing to worry about out there with her shooting because she just can't dial it in from deep this half.
It took her a long time to get that first three-pointer. Can she get it going?
And they're looking for some kind of spark here.
Yeah, cold stretch offensively. They need a bucket.
To the inside, Ionescu. The lead pass was put in just the right spot to produce the layup.
Yeah, you know, contact can't slow Ionescu down. She sticks with her inside shot and finishes strong.
Harris, covered by Ionescu. Pass to Miller. Harris. Now here's Edwards. Fires from 18. Harris can't hit.
Well, she rushed that one. The D was out of position, but she couldn't make him pay.
Here's Zondalasini, defended by Coffee. Terrific assist and a nice finish. Just a solid play all around.
Ran her defender straight into that screen to open up the lane to the hoop.
Pass to Miller. Three-pointer. Jefferson pulls it in. Now here's Ionescu. Covered by Harris. Here's Zondalasini. Off target from outside.
You don't want to give up that kind of look often.
They're very lucky they didn't get burned.
It's Nia Coffee on the wing. Pass to Harris. Over Ionescu. And again, it's the Storm missing.
Well, thus far, they managed to overcome an off game from her offensively.
Here's Jefferson. Aaliyah Edwards, strong defensive effort. Outside Miller. Harris. Pass to Sabali. Here's Harris. They need this. That one doesn't drop.
It's been one of those days for her. She's really struggled.
The kick out to Ionescu. Let's go with a three. It's rebounded by Sabali.
You got to give them credit for the job they've done on the boards.
Well, guys, they've done a lot of things well, but their rebounding is right at the top of the list.
The rebound by the Liberty. Here's Ionescu. To the middle. Here's Jefferson. And a great assist that time by Sabrina Ionescu as that one goes in.
Talk about a determined distributor. Ionescu pretty much always knows where her teammates are.
Coffee outside. Pass to Harris. Now here's Miller. And here's Harris. And again, it's the Storm missing. Ionescu outside. Shoots over Harris. Ionescu misses.
It's going to be tough for them to trim this deficit if she continues to miss those kinds of shots.
Outside, Sabali. Pass to Coffee. Harris, covered by Ionescu. Diamond Miller for three. And it's Ionescu with the rebound. Looking to get it going. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Storm.
Really careless turnover. That should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Outside, Sabali. Pass to Vivians. Here's Harris. Shot clock at 6. To stop the drought. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Russell. That is her first foul of the game.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Right at the free throw line. She's covered by Edwards. Edwards grabs the miss. And this could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What a performance it's been.
Pass to Russell. Back to Vivians. 4 on the shot clock. Over Hayes. And again, it's the Storm missing. And the Liberty with possession here. Tiffany Hayes on the wing. Hannon. Ionescu outside. Hannon guarded by Sabali. Here's Stevens. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 shooting night.
There's a versatility to Stevens' jump shot that you don't ordinarily see in players her size.
Outside, Sabali. Pass to Vivians. Now Harris. Covered by Ionescu. And it's Hayes with the rebound. Ionescu, right side. Misses the layup. She had her with that pump fake, but couldn't make her pay. And 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Sabali. Now here is Ionescu. D right on her. And so Seattle takes this one by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One in total control, operating
Liberty.